Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Women's World. Today is going to be a very interesting edition. We are going to tell you a little bit more about cycling here in Egypt. We're going to be having a special report about cycling, not in Egypt, in the UK, but we are going to draw some lessons and experiences. And mentioning cycling, we're going to be hosting Dr. Saly Ibrahim. She is a professor at the Faculty of Medicine, but she is very much involved in cycling. She is a professional cyclist, and she takes part in marathons. So we will be talking with her about cycling in Egypt, how useful it is for both men and women, but particularly for women. What are the challenges facing women when they try to experience cycling here in Egypt, and much more. But first, we're going to take a look at the press and check out some interesting news for women from the press. Egyptian women organizations call for equal representation for women in drafting the Committee of the Electoral Law. A number of participants in a consultancy meeting held in the Women Union headquarters in Cairo called for women to be represented by 50% in committees tasked with drafting parliamentary elections law or any other committees. The National Council for Women, NCW, says that the Talents Development Center aims at developing women in remote areas. The head of the NCW, Ambassador Mirvat Tilawi, said that the Talents Development Center laid out a training plan for 2014-2015, aiming to boost the capabilities of women and youth in remote areas and support NGOs in localities. Taking you to Mauritania and checking out this headline: 7 women ministers for the first time in the history of Mauritanian government. The number of women ministers in the new government of Mauritania reached 7 out of 30 portfolios. And speaking about women representation, from Mauritania to Bahrain, and 4 business women win the Chamber of Commerce seats in Bahrain. The elections of the Bahraini Chamber of Commerce made way for 4 business women to be members of the body. The election, the 28th such round, was distinguished with a respectively high turnout of women candidates, comprising 9 out of 58 nominees. The Bahraini Chamber of Commerce is the oldest trade body in the Gulf region. To Lebanon, Lebanon's Women Council holds Human Security Conference on the 24th and the 25th of February. The Lebanese Women Council held a press conference attended by the representatives from NGOs and women organizations. The conference was headed by Jamal Hermez Jibril, the head of the council. And during a press conference, Jibril said that the Human Security Conference, held under the auspices of President Najib Mikati, coincides with the Arab Women Day and the International Women Day. She said that the conference aims to assert the Lebanese women are still calling for equality with men through the issuing of laws in support of their causes. Architect Jihan Azmi wins first prize of the Women and Architecture Contest in Egypt. Azmi is the first Egyptian woman to win the contest, held under the auspices of the Suez Company, aiming at honoring architects whose works have had a strong impact on the Egyptian architecture. Welcome back. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to be hosting here in the studio my dear guest, Dr. Saly Ibrahim, and she is going to tell us a little bit more about cycling here in Egypt. But before we do that, we are going to watch a special report about cycling in the UK, and how we can draw some lessons from this report and what the experience learned from it. Let's watch and we'll be back.
Follow the pathway down to farthest reaches of your mind. There by the water's edge, a safe house you will find.
Breeze for me was the first time I ever got back on a bike since I was a child. Not been on a bike for about 20 years. I went on my first Breeze bike ride, read the description, panicked a little bit thinking, can I cycle 5 miles? And I thought, how ridiculous. Of course you can. You can walk 5 miles, you can cycle it.
You tend to get out more and you do more things, you see more things as you're going around, and it's good because you can bring him along with you, and it's a day out for both of us.
I absolutely love being a Breeze champion, it's great. Fantastic meeting loads and loads of different people and encouraging them to cycle. It's fantastic getting out into the fresh air.
Breeze has definitely made me want to come out more, it's made me want to get involved more in cycling.
It's a really, really fantastic environment, really nurturing. We go at the pace of the slowest rider. We never drop anybody or leave anybody. It's very nurturing, and the leaders are fantastic at really encouraging people to cycle.
Tell me where your heart belongs, even helpless soul of pain.
That was a special report about cycling for women, and since we are talking about cycling for women, we are here in the studio with Dr. Saly Ibrahim. She is a lecturer at the Faculty of Pharmacy. Good to have you with us, Dr. Saly.
Thank you. Nice to meet you as well. Thank you.
Before we talk about cycling here in Egypt and your involvement in cycling, how you practice it, since there is an upcoming marathon that is going to take place in various Arab countries, in Jordan and in Egypt as well. We're going to take a look at your profile and then we'll be right back. Stay with us. As part of the international cooperation to boost tourism, there is going to be an international marathon held here in the region, and it's going to start in Jordan and end here in Egypt, particularly in Sharm el-Sheikh. This marathon is for cyclists, and it involves many cyclists from all the Arab world, and taking part in the upcoming marathon, which is going to be held by the beginning of next month, inshallah, is my dear guest, Dr. Saly Ibrahim. Good to have you with us, Dr. Saly.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let me begin by asking you, apart from the marathon, I want to ask you, how did you start being involved in cycling?
Well, it started 2008. I was a member, actually founder of one of the first groups here in cycling called the Cairo Cyclers Club. We started by having these weekly events every Friday, small, let's say short routes from Heliopolis to downtown. It was not that professional, but at least we started. We had to see cyclists, females and males, females especially in the Cairo routes, which was not.
Did you find the females approaching you and interested in cycling?
Yes, there were many
They were
girls.
not worried at all from what is going to be said about us.
Yeah.
How is the society going to look at us?
Yeah, you know, harassment. Yeah, and we a lot of you know the problems we have in our society. But the more they see now females cycling, now no, it's less. It's much less than before. Okay. And then I joined the GBI, the Global Biking Initiative. This was in 2012. Global Biking Initiative are doing a lot for cycling in Egypt. We are recruiting many members now. Like we have like 8,000 members now on our page, Global Biking Initiative, Egypt, and we have like weekly events also, mainly in Cairo Sokhna, on Cairo Sokhna route and Cairo Alex route as well. We have short distance, long distance to recruit all types of cyclists. Not everyone is very well trained, but by the end, you may start as a beginner, but by the end you can be a pro cyclist.
Any particular age required, or you can
we
start
have
at
different
any age?
ages actually. No particular, just to have the willing to do some sport. Actually, some people are doing the cycling for sport, some for to reduce their weight. Some are calling to reduce the pollution, to use the bicycle as transportation now. A lot of us started to go to work by bike, maybe from Nasr City to Smart Village. A lot of our friends.
That's a big distance.
Yeah, but they started to do it actually.
The problem is here, the streets here in Egypt are not designed for anything other than cars or buses.
Simply, we don't have bike
even
lanes.
people with disabilities or people who want to go with bicycles and so on, they find it very difficult because there are no slopes, there are no special lanes, you are in the middle of the traffic. Is this one of the difficulties that you face?
This is one of the challenges, actually. First, to ride in Cairo, Cairo streets, Cairo traffic, and actually the car riders are not that, the
nice.
drivers